Haha. Brandon Chalmers, I
Sir.
want to revisit the notion of a cover band. So,
okay.
This past weekend, I went to the 930 Club. I don't go to clubs ever, but a bunch of people in the neighborhood are having birthdays around the same time. So, like, they got a whole group of the parents together to go to the 930 Club because a 90s cover band is playing, White Ford Bronco.
Okay.
I had no idea who these people are. They're a DC area cover band. And have you ever been to the 930 Club?
It's been years. To my understanding, I think they revamped it more recently.
Yeah, so the original venue had like a capacity of 199 people. Mm-hmm. The new location has a capacity of 1,200 people.
Oh, boy.
They sold that bitch out in like a week.
Good for them.
Yeah, like I remember when we were booking Auto Bar, they said like no cover bands, and I just figured that like most clubs would not want cover bands. So it was a surprise to me that they were at the 930 Club, but apparently that's like clubs like money.
No, so. that is at the risk of disparaging a rather supportive friend over the years. Autobar is a little bougie about that.
Okay.
So, like, if you have a cover band, it needs to be something special, some sort of catch, some sort of gimmick that makes it okay. They don't just want generic cover bands or what have you. So, like, which, whatever, that's their prerogative. I also don't know if that's changed since ownership has changed with Autobar, but.
Oh, okay. Well, anyway, the place was fucking packed, Brandon.
Yeah.
I like 1,200 people. I believe it. Like, we were on the main floor. They have a balcony. Mm-hmm. So like if you wanted to not be mushed in with people, you could go to the balcony, but like all the moms wanted to hang out on the floor and like, it was weird because, I don't know. I never go clubbing. I never go to clubs. I don't go to venues often. But it was mostly people our age. Like
it's a 90. Think about your demographic of what you're booking. Yes. There is an audience and they want the thing that they're comfortable with. And I totally get that. Like,
yeah. So they packed the house. They had a warm up act. It was like the house DJ, which is great. DJ. His set was great. A lot of people dancing, and then the White Ford Bronco came on, and it's a 5-person group. I think it's a 5-person group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5-person group. Let me read some of their catalog. 311, 4 Non-Blondes, Ace of Base, Alanis Morissette, Better Than Ezra, Blink 182.
Yep.
Blind Mel. So like you get the oeuvre, the dial on the radio station that you would be. But yeah, I was intrigued because I was listening to the music. I was like, these aren't really songs you can dance to. And then I was looking around at everybody and I was like, yep, these are not songs that you can dance to. But it reminded me of our idea for like a yacht rock band.
Yes.
And I still think that the idea has legs, especially with this newfound experience of seeing a 1,200 seat venue packed to the gills. And I'm like, we could do a coffee house.
Oh yeah.
There's a coffee house.
Now here's the thing though, is like, we would have to really put out something different to be entertaining, because we have both been out to dinner somewhere and a few dudes with acoustic guitars come rolling up and you're like, what's the deal with this? Like,
yeah.
So we'd have to have like some matching outfits. There'd have to be some sort of real, like, you got to put some dumb effort into it.
Yes.
If we're going to do that.
Yes. And I agree, because so as a 90s cover band, you're not asked much in terms of like uniform or clothes or like instrumentation. It's like you show up as you are. Come as you are, as you were.
Right.
As we want you to be.
I see what you did there.
But the yacht rock aesthetic, I feel like there's something there, and if you're going to do it, you need to bring it.
Yeah. Yeah, it would have to be. We'd have to get some matching shirts. I assume some sailor caps, maybe matching chinos, some boat shoes. Like it would. It would take a little bit of like, the fuck's up with these guys.
Yeah, I would need to figure out how to set this thing up properly, because I think the bridge is all fucked up. But like the pastel colors and like that kind of bullshit.
Yeah, we would have to figure out how to do a more probably stripped down version first to see if we can do the thing. But yes.
Yeah. And that was the other thing. Like they played them pretty straightforward. All the songs were pretty straightforward. They
I imagine you would.
I had a new thing. And I figure with the yacht rock thing, we would have to do our own version, because we don't have the instrumentation to have like a full horn section.
Well, yeah,
or like a full keyboard section.
We would have to figure out some alternates to things. It would have to use maybe one of those rad little keyboard accordion looking things you blow into, or some kazoos or whatever it is. Like, we could get creative with some of those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I get what you're putting down. Like,
I don't necessarily think that we could do the 930 Club.
No. But I think here's my concern with doing the yacht rock one. Who is our core audience? And more importantly, when you figure out who that core audience is, ask yourself the question, do you want to hang out with those people?
That's a very good question.
Because you and I enjoy yacht rock very unironically for the fun of it. There's a bit of nostalgia there. There's a bit of like, it's innocent fun. Like it's the trade-off of like, we could do like butt rock covers of like Creed and stuff like that. And it would be a hell of a lot of fun to play. And there'd be a lot of people there that would be seeing it ironically as a lot of fun. And then there are going to be some people there who really are fucking into that. And those are the people I want to cross the street to be away from.
Yeah.
And that's the problem, is like, does that genre of music, does that group of songs, like that's why I really thought for a while that playlist of like nothing but female fronted songs by us would be a lot of fun.
I think that was the other idea that I thought could work too, because I don't know what we would call the group, but
I don't know.
That covers a lot of variety, and it would be awesome. It would be awesome.
Yeah. Because like I would love to do a version of like All About the Bass.
Yeah.
Because I think that would be a hell of a lot of fun with you and I. But yeah, like that at least would be a fun group of like the moms that you would see going and hanging out would absolutely love that sort of shit to hang out and joke around with. And that's the idea, is like, if we're recruiting essentially as a core audience, anywhere from 25 to 45-year-old wine moms.
Yes.
I think we're good. Like that is a not so innocent, but at least trying to be innocent demo that could at least be very supportive in a lot of ways. And at the very least, a little sloshed and sideways. So very forgiving when it comes to performance. Because if they can sing along, oh shit.
Oh yeah. Like there was every song, everyone was screaming at the top of their fucking lungs. Like it was, and I think the lady rock concept that you've had, I think that lends itself to a wider audience. Like, I think you're right. I think the yacht rock thing is a little narrow, and you might not want to hang out with some of those motherfuckers.
And that's the problem. That's really the problem. Is like if it's a nice day in May and the windows are open and I'm cleaning the house or whatever it is, and we want to put on fucking Air Supply, hell yeah.
Yeah.
But like, do I want to go somewhere and hang out with someone who wants to go see Air Supply covers live? Maybe, depending on who it is. Do I want to hang out with them when they're drunk? No. More importantly, I don't want to hang out with their friends who I don't have a relationship with.
Yeah. Because I don't think I would want to know about their politics.
Yeah.
You bring up a very excellent point.
Yeah.
Excellent point.
It's about what would we have fun with, and then what would our audience have fun with, provided we get the audience we're looking for. Because if we can hit those two Venn diagrams as relatively two circles atop one another, then I think it could be something that could be easily encouraged that way.
Yeah. But the cover band is worthy of returning to, I think. Because it would be fun, and there's a desire for this.
Yes, by you.
It never occurred to me that you could like sell out a venue playing other people's stuff.
Dude, yeah. Have you never been to like a proper tribute band show?
No, I've never been to a tribute band show.
Holy
so like
shit. Yeah, like honestly, you can make more money being a touring tribute band than you can sometimes doing your own original shit.
Yeah. And the nice thing about living where we are is that within an hour's radius, we have plenty of clubs to hit that would.
No, there's a ton of fun places that we could go and actually play.
Yeah. It's just like a pickup here, a pickup there, no big deal.
Yeah.
So I think it's worth exploring again.
Okay.
Just because we never really went too far with the other idea.
Yeah, I know. That's all me though.
But I think you're right. I think the audience we'd be gunning for would be kind of like, bougie brunch or something, like a boozy brunch.
I need a more fun audience is really what it's going to come down to.
Yeah.
Especially heading into political season. I need a more fun audience. I need somebody who's a little drunk and having a good time and wants to sing along to Meredith Brooks's Bitch and like, and do some of those fun ones.
Yeah. I think you're right. And I still think we could do like the uniforms and all that kind of stuff.
Oh, yeah. No, we could totally do that. It was just one of those, like, at that point, then we just have matching outfits would be the kind of go-to.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be a very much a, like, power anthem, whatever we come up with a fun cover of Single Ladies or something like that.
Yeah. Like, Four Non-Blondes, what's going on? Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yeah.
Come on.
Honestly, it would just be an excuse for me to buy a ridiculously large top hat.
Yeah. Brandon, tell these fine people what we are subjecting them to.
It is currently 8:35 in the PM, 35 minutes past the hour, 25 minutes at the top of the hour. You're listening to the fucking Do It Cast, part of the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network. Now, when we say Hard Knock Media, we mean NOC, as in Nerds of Color, as in viewers like you. And if you would like to support us and the many other programs of the Hard Knock Media Podcasting Network, please hit up Hard Knock Media. Type Hard Knock Media, NOC, into your nearest Google machine and support Hard Knock Media. There are fine other podcasts on this thing, but we are what we like to call the disappointing friends. That's right. We're the guys who just won't go the fuck away. My name's Brandon Chalmers. And wait. Don't tell me that's Jay Miniguchi. You're listening to 107.9, The Edge. Break the fucking knob off.
That is the most NPR. I love it. That was so funny.
Dude, my early life goal was to be in radio, and the older I got, the more radio was a dying fucking thing.
Yeah.
And I just, God.
Yeah.
It would have been a lot of fun, though. If only just because it's one of my favorite games to play Hit the Post, where you got a playlist of the song has an intro of a certain amount of time, and you just gotta fucking have the instinct that I've heard this song 5, 10,000 times, and I can fucking talk about something terrible. And my favorites are lightning round versions where the other people playing the game give you a topic to talk about instead of what you want.
Yeah. Can you explain what that means to the people listening who don't listen to radio anymore? Like, what does it mean to hit the post?
So essentially, like, if you were listening to, I'm going to assume, Jamie, that most people have heard Journey's Don't Stop Believing.
Yeah.
Okay. So that has a very long intro. And the idea is that a DJ would talk about things that are coming up, or a 20-minute rock block, or whatever it would be. And as you're about to dig into everything, there is a lyrical post that's physically coming your way. And all the person has to do is make sure that right before the end, they hit the call signs. You're listening to 107.9 The Edge, break the knob off. Yes, small town, yeah. Yes. And it's like, that's the idea, is you what is called in the industry, it's my understanding, hitting the post. And it's something that a program that you used to be a big fan of, Don and Mike used to be really great at hitting the post.
Oh yeah.
And it was one of those fun things that, like, Super R Fights Marty Day and I used to do all the time on road trips, is we would start, I actually had a playlist together that had songs, and in the intro it had the seconds. So you could have a little bit of a cheater round.
Yeah.
And you would basically, whatever the topic you wanted to do, and like, I'd randomly be like, okay, here's Huey Lewis in the news, and you're going to talk about chupacabras. And just,
well, yeah.
Right. And then the question is, do you also get a bonus thing of, do you have to do a voice?
Yeah.
Like, do you do a Wolfman Jack? Just, wow, we're going to talk about goat suckers. Yeah. The Tijuana Terror. Like, just, hide your children, hide the dog, nobody's safe. That's right. They're kidnapping everybody.
Oh man.
Yeah. But
I miss aspects of that era, but it was also fraught with, like,
oh god, yeah,
horrible racism.
Oh my god.
Horrible sexism.
Yes.
Just awfulness. Like, if we could revive aspects of that and leave some of that shit behind, it would be fun.
I don't think it would be the same. I really don't. Because for all the romanticizing that happens, if everyone treated each other with respect, you wouldn't get some of the absolutely awful, debaucherous bullshit that came out of that era that we frankly at the time looked at as like, holy shit, look at these not quite rock stars. Like, it was just, that's just kind of how that worked.
Yeah.
If they were just if they had to just be genuinely entertaining and didn't have the ability to be misogynistic or lightly racist or overtly racist, they probably wouldn't be that popular, because the demo that was listening to them were misogynistic and most likely racist.
That's true.
Like, you speak to
that's true.
Once again, we're going back to my point. You play to the audience you want.
Yeah, like, I realize now that a lot of my upbringing was surrounded by, like, blinding whiteness, and it has shaped a lot of, like, my early experiences, and it's taken me a while to wrestle with that and try to, like, undo a lot of the damage.
I can only imagine, because I see it from a different perspective of the same thing of, like, oh boy, I used to be a real big fan of that. That is not okay.
Yeah.
And, like, coming to grips with the idea of, like, yes, you grew as a person, and you have to let that go now, and you just have to grow up and realize that, like, yeah, you know what? That's not all right. No. Like, so but this is the thing, is I think anyone who spent any time really idolizing radio people probably needed to set a higher bar.
Yeah.
But then again, that entire industry back then, whether it was producers or artists or what have you, everybody was a fucking piece of shit.
Yeah.
And if you weren't, you probably got stomped all over and probably didn't get very far.
Yeah.
Like, it's an unfortunate reality of the situation.
It's like an extension of carnyism.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yeah. Brandon, besides the Grease Man, what have you been geeking on? Speaking of racist, Jesus Christ.
God damn. Holy shit.
Habadoo gaga.
Even doing a like mild impression of him makes me nervous that I accidentally said something awful. Like, just, what have I been geeking on? You know what? It just came out, first 3 episodes. The final season of The Bad Batch has hit Disney Plus. If you have not been watching The Bad Batch, now is the time to catch your ass up, because it's real fucking good. And weirdly enough, I think, and this is time mark me, we're 3 episodes in, but I think they might actually try and explain somewhat undead fucking Palpatine at the end of the last goddamn Star Wars movie.
Oh, that he somehow survived or returned or something.
The program that the mad scientist, evil Nazi looking motherfucker that's running the lab that's trying to do all these experiments on the clones. The project is called Necromancer.
Oh.
And all I could think is, are they ambitious enough to try and fucking tackle that? Because up until this point, that show has been fucking delightful and heart-wrenching and just so good. So good. So if you have a Disney Plus subscription, you should totally be watching Bad Batch. It's, frankly, it's just a continuation of Clone Wars in really kind of a great way. And the characters are adorable and all of the voice actors are fucking great. And like,
oh yeah, that's what I was going to ask. Since they're all clones, is it still the same guy voicing everybody, or do they get different people?
No, the clone actor is the same one voicing everybody. Hang on, let me see. Bad Batch cast. So they get a lot of like the same guy to do everything, but they've got Dave Filoni doing things. They've got Jimmy Simpson, who you would recognize from Westworld.
Oh, okay.
Let's see. Wanda Sykes.
That show
is a super great character on there. Rhea Perlman is a recurring character on there. Ming-Na Wen comes in as Fennec Shan.
Yeah, Fennec.
Right, yeah. Like, they've got Seth Green and who else has been on here? Katie Sackhoff, Freddie Prinze.
Okay.
So they've got a lot of the, like, Phil Lamar has done a bunch of voices on it, Bobby Moynihan. Like, they've got a kind of, like, a really great group of voices you would immediately recognize, voices where you heard it and you go, wait, who the fuck is that? And you realize that they did something else somewhere else. Like, it's super, super good. And
that's awesome.
It goes into, once again, a world where the Jedi aren't fucking important.
Good.
Like, we step out of that thing and we start moving into a world where the clones get abandoned and they get turned on, and you see young clones that get abandoned, and like they're just kids who don't know what to do with themselves. Like they're trained soldiers mentally, but they just don't have the strength yet. And like, it's just watching them all come to grips with everything. And the Bad Batch characters themselves all have a unique physical trait, but also a character shortcoming in the best kind of like cookie cutter-esque way.
Yeah.
So it's so good. And it's a coming of age tale for a young female clone that is like the secret to unlocking a bunch of shit, because she's like the fucking key. But yeah, so it gets a lot of like similar-ish thing to like your Mandalorian, Wolf and Cub, but not quite so overt.
That's cool.
Yeah, but the episodes are light enough, but are very good, and they go fast. I think each one of them is like 22 minutes or something, so you can tear through a season in an afternoon, and can highly recommend.
Oh, awesome.
Jamie Noguchi, We're back here 45 minutes after the hour, 15 minutes at the top of the hour. We're here with Jamie fucking Noguchi, Time Magazine's own and biggest dick I've ever seen. Jamie Noguchi, other than the fact that you can't wear shorts and you make people in TSA uncomfortable, what are you geeking about?
So we recently had an incident that made us that at the same time made us super proud of Hazel and also gave us a fucking heart attack. So yesterday she's hanging out with her friends. Her friend, we have that swing in front of the house so they can swing and they hang out. Uh-huh. And one of them has to go because they have ballet class or something. But they see a kid, like a real young kid, wandering around without a parent.
Uh-oh.
And Hazel and her other friend go to the kid and ask, where's your parent? And the kid's like, oh, there's my dad. He's going that way. Meanwhile, the older kid who had to leave goes inside, tells Audrey something, and then I hear the door close. I'm up here working because the door closes. I don't hear Hazel or her other friend. So I go downstairs and I ask Audrey, I was like, what's going on? And she says, oh, well, what's her face said that like the girls found a kid who was lost. And so they're going to try to find their parent. And I was like, that sounds fucking weird. So I run outside. I look to the left. I don't see the smushies.
Oh no.
I look to the right. I don't see the smushies.
Shit.
I look behind my house. I don't see the smushies. So the 3 cardinal directions.
Right.
And I grab my keys, jump in the car, and I drive. I drive up. I drive up the main street. It's because it's starting to get dark. Like it's just when it's starting to get dark. And I don't see them up the main drag. I go down the other way. I don't see them up the main drag. I go around our neighborhood. I don't see them anywhere. I run over to the house of the older friend who left, and I knock on the door and I say, like, can you tell me a little bit more specifically where they went?
Right.
And she's like, oh, they kind of went up that hill and then they turned left, I think. And I was like, okay. So I go back around and I go in the house and I just yells like, where the fuck are they? I can't find them. Audrey's on the phone. She's calling the other parents. So like they have a parent network going on.
Yeah. Right. Yeah.
So I go back in my car. I am free. Like at this point, I'm freaking the fuck out because we had just watched Mayor of Easttown. Mayor of Easttown on HBO is about a small neighborhood in Philadelphia. Kate Winslet has the Philadelphia accent, whatever. But a bunch of kids get kidnapped and some of them get killed in this. So it's like, it's fresh in our mind. And I'm thinking, this sounds like maybe they used the small child to wear out the other kids to kidnap them and do all this other shit. And I'm like, this sounds freaky deaky. So I'm freaking the fuck out. I drive up the street, come around, go down the street. I see 2 little bodies run across the street to where Hazel's other friend lives. And I'm like, holy shit. Thank God they're there. And it's Hazel and her friend. Audrey meets over back by that house and all the parents converge. So I'm there. The kid who got lost, his parents are there. Some random lady who was on a jog is there because
she sees 2 kids wandering around with a little kid and things.
Because somebody shouted out to her, hey, have you seen these kids? So she as part of her jog had sort of expanded the series.
Okay.
So my heart has left my body.
Yes.
And I'm just so fucking happy that we got the kids back. And so Hazel and her friend explain what happened. So they saw this kid walking by himself and they were worried because they didn't see any parents around. And so they went up to him and they said, where's your dad, or where's your mom? Where's your dad? And the kid was like, oh, he's over there. Let's try to catch up with him. So Hazel and her friend took care of this kid, walked them up to where the dad was. They couldn't find him, so they walked him back around to another house, and they're making sure he was safe,
right?
That like nothing bad was going to happen. They were even going to go back to the school because they knew that that's where a bunch of adults were, and they had all the phone numbers for all the other parents. So
okay. All right. So she had a relative plan other than to tell you,
right?
Hey, I'm going to go do this thing.
Yeah. And so they thought by telling their older friend to come and tell us that was enough. And I was like, that was a good idea, but please let us know. So like, you know, I tell Hazel all the time that like, you have to look out for the littles, because, you know, on the playground, you don't want them to be bullied, and like, cause you remember what it was like when you were small, you didn't want to be bullied, and that's not fair and all that kind of stuff. And so like, we've been telling her like, you got to look out for the littles, cause sometimes they can't look out for themselves. And they did that. And so like I was super happy, but like I also had no idea where she was.
Yeah. you got to experience two very diametrically opposed emotions.
Yeah.
You were super proud dad.
Yeah.
Look at the positive that I have brought upon this world. Yeah. Also, where the fuck did my positive go?
Where the fuck? And it wasn't just her, it was her and her friend. So I was like, oh my God, they've been in our house. They've been in our care. I've lost both of them.
You're now responsible for 2 missing children.
Yeah, I've lost both of them. And so like, I'm freaking the fuck out. But it was good. Everybody was safe. They did what they were supposed to do. I'm kind of concerned that the other family just lost their kid because
I imagine they were freaking out too.
Yeah, they were freaking out, and I was like, "So,
what have we learned?"
We've learned that. So we told Hazel, "You did the right thing. Next time, tell an adult. It's not enough. It's not enough to send a messenger. You have to be the messenger."
Yes. Also, were you going to AirTag your child?
Yeah, I was thinking about like getting one of those AirTags and just sewing it into Hazel's hat and all this other stuff.
Just like give her a house key and just, hey, this stays with you.
Yeah. But Jesus Christ, it was a mixed bag. I swear to God, if I was a drinking man, I would have downed many bottles last night. It was a high stress, and it was like maybe 10 minutes tops. But like,
but that's all it takes.
Died. Yeah,
that's all it takes. Yeah,
I almost fucking died. I was just like,
well, I'm proud of the Smushy, but also Jesus Christ, Smush. If you ever go back and hear this again, you can't do that to your dad. Like, he spent too many years not sleeping and working on comics. Like, the ticker can only take but so much trauma.
Well, yeah, like when Audrey told me what was going on initially, I was like, this sounds weird. I need to check this out. I need to have a visual on
this. Yeah. Well, yeah, because your bullshit meter is about where mine is. Like, nope.
I just hope I didn't freak out that other girl who initially told us, because like when I went to their house, I wanted to make sure that like I didn't yell, because I was at that point where I was just going to be yelling at people, and I was like, can you please give me a little bit more information about where you saw?
Fuck that Jack Bauer, that kid. Just right, yeah. Just where's my daughter? Yeah, just where is she? Right, and when she says like, I don't know, maybe up this way, you just look off the camera. Damn
it! Yeah. But yeah. The other good thing is that like everybody was calling each other away.
The network, the friend network works.
Yeah,
which is great.
Works. Yeah.
Oh man. So like, do y'all have like an Avengers Assemble hotline, or like
we have?
Do you have like a Kamen Rider bus that you like flip the head up and then you press a button and then that's when all the parents assemble around your house? Or how does that work?
Yeah. But yeah, crisis averted. Oof. What a keep you on your toes, man.
Easily 3 years off of your life.
Keep you on your fucking toes.
Yeah.
All right, Brandon. Well, where can people find you? If
you can find me
if you're lost around your neighborhood.
Yes, if you're lost around your neighborhood, please be sure to dial 9-1 and then 1. Speak to someone. Look around. Give them information. Remember, stranger danger, kids. If they look like me, they're probably not your friend. No. Anyway. You can find me on Instagram at that guy Chalmers. Jamie Noguchi, where can they find you?
Instagram, Jamie Noguchi. YouTube, Draw Jam.
Hell yeah.
Monster Cutie is my shop.
Yep. Go ahead and buy that brush pack.
Buy stuff.
I don't know if my wife has let you know this or not, but she's redoing a whole bunch of Art Force stickers and posters to do her first show at AwesomeCon.
Yeah.
And everything has been done using your brushes.
Oh, cool.
Absolutely everything.
Awesome.
So if you happen to be at AwesomeCon and you end up seeing my wife's booth, Sun and Hun, I'll talk about it as we get closer to AwesomeCon. Be sure to check out all of her stuff.
Sun and Hun.
She is using specifically Jamie Noguchi's brushes. So if you want to draw like Jamie, if you want to draw like my incredibly talented wife, go ahead and grab the brushes. It's the first step to move in the right direction. Because honestly, Jamie would never do you wrong. Like, it's the most encouraging motherfucker out there. Why not use the tools that Jamie uses? Like, it's like when you were like, well, because I'm a fucking old, but like when I was like 6 and I wanted to go play baseball, I got the Ken Griffey bat. Could I play like it? Fuck no. Did I understand the swing mechanics? Hell no. Did I have the Griffey bat? You fucking right I did. And I fucking pointed like Ruth, and then I just cracked the tennis balls because I refused to hit a real ball because it stings my hands and I was a little delicate. Yeah. Sometimes just getting because that's the other thing too. Sometimes just getting a new tool or a new toy or however you want to view it is a great way to motivate you to get back into it and double down. And a new set of brushes might just be that little kick in the pants that you need to start getting back and sketching and drawing and doing the thing. And you can support a good friend who has given you years of entertainment and is absolutely one of my favorite people on the planet.
Aww.
So if you can do it just for me alone, go support Jamie Noguchi in absolutely fucking everything he does.
Yeah.
Rock on, kids.
Rock on.
Be excellent to each other this week. Seriously. Like, it's a fucking mandate.
Oh, Jesus.
I'm going to hunt you down. It's true. Where is she?